So happy National Banana Day. Banana Day. Banana Bread Day. Wow, that's actually kind of hard. Banana bread is so underrated. Yes. I have another excellent banana bread joke for you today. Um, I always leave my bananas out on the table until they get like this. And then I'm like, oh, it's good. I'll just make some banana bread next time. And then I put them in the freezer. And so far, I have like 2 Ziploc gallon sized bags of bananas. I've made no banana bread, but I also think that someday I will make banana bread. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Yama, what?
I was wondering if you add any like nuts, like cashews and stuff to your banana bread.
I don't like nuts, but this is another valid question. Because see, this is what happens. I personally don't put nuts in my banana bread. Okay, let's ask. Um, do you all put nuts in your banana bread? Like pistachios or like I don't know other kinds, walnuts.
I know
Fernando
walnut
says
is
yes.
really popular.
Mm. Oh, Miss
Oh
Yama, some
no.
people are saying no.
Yeah, a big
Oh, but
nose.
some
Oh,
people are
okay.
saying
All right.
yes.
Cool. The yes are
Oh
popping out.
no.
I don't mind.
I
Okay.
mean, I will eat banana. Like if it's given to me and it has nuts in it, I'm not gonna be like, ew, nuts, I can't eat that. But I'm gonna side with the people who can't have nuts, and I just don't put any. I
Mm.
just want pure banana goodness.
Gotcha,
My way.
gotcha. Do you do like
Yeah.
caramel drizzle on there then? Or like you just banana
I've
bread?
never done that before.
Maybe you can try it
Caramel
out.
drizzle.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh, Emiliano says, ooh. Yeah, it also depends if it's pre-made or not, right? Like if I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do it exactly the way I want. But also, okay, growing up, I grew up in Colorado. And in Colorado, we lived at high altitude and you have to bake things differently there so that they still rise because of the altitude. So I actually think that I like stuff that like some people don't like because I grew up with this like high altitude type of bread, and so then I like some stuff and people are like, "Ew, that's dry," and I'm like, "Oh, I think it's good. It's high altitude." I don't know. Very interesting. So, anyways, whoever makes a mean banana bread, I would love to pay you for your banana bread. So please let me know if you're running a banana bread business or if your business that you're currently running also makes banana bread. Please shoot me that Instagram or whatever handle you use. Yes, Gabby, if your mom wants to make me some banana bread, I will drop by and pick it up. You know, whatever it is. We can social distance. LOL. That's how badly I want banana bread. I could just make it myself, I guess, but then I would have to make it. So, anyways, banana bread day. If you're just joining us, okay, Gabby, don't make her go out of her way. Just like if she's making a couple other loaves for other people, then maybe she can throw them up for me. Also, carrot cake. Dang, people are good at these like bread cake situation. Oh, Gabby, that's so sweet. Banana bread, zucchini bread, I also really like, although I didn't really like it when I was little. And pumpkin bread, super good. And carrot cake. For my 18th birthday, I had a carrot cake. It was delicious. All right. Well, moving on. Let's move on to there. I'm so glad that y'all are here. We are going to jump into Algebra 2. We're going to pop into some announcements, which actually I don't have any. So we're done with announcements. Ooh, check that off our list. And we're going to play Kahoot this morning to get started. So very excited to get started with Kahoot. Then we'll jump into our notes. And if we have time, we'll jump into our assignment. So let's start with some Kahoot. I am going to pop up the little deal here. I promise you that you already know these things. So let me pull up the Kahoot window. Are y'all pumped for Kahoot? Or you're like, Miss, Gimkit is better than Kahoot. Looks like Gimkit. Hello, hello. Yes, happy birthday, Sari. Happy birthday. All right, my Kahoot is now loading. Please hold. You can do it. Here we go. Classic. All right, so you're going to www.kahoot.it, or you can use the app if you are loving the app. Let me see if I can do this. HTTPS /. Try that one. I don't know if that will work or not. Let me know if it does. The game pin is here. We're gonna jump in. Quick game, quick game. Ah, Jennifer is in. Nice. Nice. Definitely merits and or extra credit to the winner of this game. So pumped to have you jumping in with us today. To my people who are here, did you press the link that I made, or did you just type in kahoot.it or use the app? How did you get in? Typed it, app, typed it. Okay, my link didn't work. Ooh, Miss Yama is in here, y'all. Will she win though? Question mark. All right, these questions are only 5 seconds. So you're gonna have to make a decision very quickly. Only 5 seconds you're gonna have. So that's the goal. We've got 36 people on this call. At least 3 of them are teachers. So we're looking for 33. I'm gonna wait till we're at like 25 because maybe somebody isn't able to join today. Here we go. Get on in there, y'all. 24. You'll still be able to join later, so it's okay if you're still working on it. All right, we're at 25. Oh, y'all want to hear the music? Kahoot music. Can't play Kahoot without the music. Here we go. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, it's gonna show you a picture and it's gonna ask you if it is an angle or if it is a side. Okay, an angle or a side. Let's try. Angles versus sides. Later on, there'll be different questions. Here we go. So here's that first one. 45 degrees is showing a, here's our thing. Is this right here, is that a angle or a side? Ooh, okay, we're gonna have to go super fast. Super fast, super fast. Do we have a delay? Is that why we're having a harder time? It might be what's up too. All right, we'll try again. Here we go. Three is a side or angle, side or angle. Woohoo! It is a side, right? If it's on the outside here, it is a side. Oh, Hamira, mine does just not have been fast enough, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. All right, we'll try one more time. Here we go. Let's try again. Ooh, Daryl and Emiliano moving on up. 14 is a, here's 14. Side or angle, side or angle, side or angle, side or angle, side or angle. Yeah, when it is on the outside, out here, it is a side. It is a side. No problem, Josh. Glad you made it. We're just playing quick Kahoot here. All right, here we go. Daryl and Marcy moving on up. $40 degrees is side or angle, side or angle, side or angle, side or angle. Nice, good job, angle team. It is an angle. Remember, if it's inside the triangle, right? Inside that triangle, it is an angle. It is an angle. All right, here we go. See what happened. Oh, Miss Yama getting booted out by Daryl. Shmai's working it on up. Jasmine P, staying at the top. Here we go, here we go. F is a, what is F? Side or angle, side or angle? Ooh, I tricked you. Okay, check this out. You know how I said that angles are on the inside and sides are on the outside? If there's a letter at the point, if there's an angle, or if there is a letter at the point, that is an angle, right? That is an angle. So this one out here, this would be an angle because it is where it is a point. It has to actually be on the side in order to be considered a side, right? It has to actually be on the side. It looks like Unique is letting us know you have to click before it hits 1 second. So yeah, it may be that there's because of the delay. I should have given you 10 seconds. My bad. I will fix it. But I can't fix it right now because we're in the middle of the game. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friends. If you want to type it into the chat, you are welcome to type it in the chat for side or angle. I apologize, friends, for how the lag. But the important thing that we are learning here is that if it's outside, it is a side. However, if it's outside at a point, it is an angle. This F right here is referring to this angle 55 right here. So E is an angle, it's 62 degrees. G is an angle, it is 63. If I wanted to talk about this side over here, I would call it FG, the side FG. What would I call this side down here? This bottom side. What would I call that? It is the base, but what is the name? If the name of this side is F to G or FG, just like literally FG, what would we call this side? Yeah, Unique. It would be GE or EG, right? So we could write it like this. We could write EG or GE, either of those. So what is the name of this side over here? What's the name of this side over here? EF or FE. Yeah, exactly. And yes, Ms. Yama is marking that you would normally have that bar above. If you've ever seen a bar above the top that shows a line, right? Shows a line with that bar. It's called a vinculum, actually. Fun word, vinculum. The bar above would show you that it is the side EF. Or, oops, type that to just Emiliano, the side EF or the side FE. That's referring, those two are referring to the same side. Okay. So we have angle F, 55, or FG would be this side over here. All right, let's try another one. Sorry about the lag, my friends. Here we go. Jasmine staying in the top. 3x plus 4 is an, which one? Ah, good job. So it's pointing to the inside, that's an angle. Also, if it has a degree, that's a little clue that it is also an angle, right? So the angle inside, good job, team. All right, oh, Wendy moving on up. 4 is a, what is it? Good job, team, good job. Right, so we have a 4 here on this side, yes. Good job. All right. Whew, good job, Wendy, Marcy, Shemaya, nice. All right, A is a, good job, Adrian. What is A in this case? Yes, it is an angle. Look at you all go, good job. Right, it's an angle, it's inside. Okay, on the next one, I believe it's on this one. On the next one, we are going to think about what if the angle is a side, if it is the hypotenuse, the opposite, or the adjacent, right? The opposite, the adjacent. Thanks, Roxana, for letting me know, right? So the opposite, remember, if we're at the angle, the opposite is the side over here on the other side, right? Straight across, opposite, right? The hypotenuse is the longest side across from the 90 degrees like we learned last week. And the adjacent means next to. If you don't know these ones, that is okay. I believe you should have some more time for these. So here we go. 12 is a, oh, we have one more. Good. 12 is the side. Nice, Marcy. Maybe we have one more. 60, yep. Okay, we have 60 now. 60 is a 60, 60, 60. Way to jump in there. Good job. Good job, Adrian. Great job. All right, Daryl's making a comeback. Jemiah's moving up. All right, I think we're gonna do, yes. Okay, so if theta is the angle, what is hypotenuse? So if this is the angle, oh no, what's the hypotenuse? Good job. Okay, here, let's slow down here. If this is our angle, what side is our opposite? What side is our opposite? If this is my angle, I have to go across. This is my opposite over here. Z would be my opposite. Right? It's opposite, it's across, opposite. All right, which side is the hypotenuse? Which side is the hypotenuse on this drawing? Yeah, X, good job. It's the long side across from the 90 degrees. And then which one is my adjacent? Adjacent. Yes, yes, my Y over here, the one that's touching, right? The one that it's touching, that's not the hypotenuse. Okay, okay, here we go. The next one, it's gonna be the same picture. It's gonna ask for a different side. So same picture. Which one was the opposite side? Which is the opposite side? Nice, good job, right? We're going across to our opposite. All right. Nice, Wendy and Molly. Same picture, what was the adjacent side? What was the adjacent side? Yeah, good job. Adjacent over here. Nice. All right. Ooh, looking good, team, looking good. What? Okay, we have a new triangle. Adjacent side, adjacent side. Here's my angle. What's my adjacent? Ooh, good job. Good job, team. Adjacent, right? If this has to be my longest side hypotenuse, this is my adjacent over here, right next to it. Okay, all right. Well, let's see, let's see. Ooh, Daryl, take it over first place. Jasmine, what happened? Here we go. I will get revenge. All right, what's the opposite from this angle? What's the opposite? Nice. L, yes, L. All right. Here we go. Wendy moving into second. All right, last question. What's the hypotenuse? What's the hypotenuse? Where's the hypotenuse? Which letter? Which letter? Nice. The hypotenuse is the longest side over here. Single M. Yes, Roxana. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right, let's see. Who made it? Third place, Emiliano. Great job, Emiliano. Second place, Shamaya. Great job, Shamaya. First place, the top of the podium, Daryl. Great job, Daryl. Excellent job also to our runners up, Wendy and Desiree. Proud of you. Great job, friends. Great job, great job. Jasmine going to first, yes, in first place that whole time. And then didn't quite make it. That's all right. All right, team, great job. We are gonna jump in today. I'm gonna turn off this music. Goodbye. We're gonna jump in today to our notes, right? We're gonna use what we were just talking about with opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. We're gonna use that in our notes today. So if you could go ahead and grab your piece of paper, your pencil, your pen, whatever you're using. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to mine. Grab my pencil as well. All right, we're gonna jump into our notes. Let me get a quick poll here. How much time do we need to be ready for notes? Do we need time to be ready for notes? Are we already ready? How are we? Looks like 12 of us are ready. 5 of us need some time. Take a minute. Go ahead and load this up too. Y'all are doing great. And I think your knowledge from our Kahoot is going to help us to really like hone in on this idea here. Cool, looks like 18 of us are ready to go. Okay, a reminder, you do not need to write down all the words, right? I'm gonna highlight these 3 or these 5 words. I want you to write these down. Trig ratios and SOHCAHTOA. Trig ratios and SOHCAHTOA. Give me an emoji or a Y in the chat if you can remember SOHCAHTOA from geometry. If you just remember the words SOHCAHTOA. Jasmine remembers, that's great. Moses, Wendy remembers, Sebastian remembers a little, Zephyr remembers a little. Nice. All right. All right, we've been about 1.5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Nobody needed 2 minutes, so we are good. All right, friends. So trigonometric ratios, we're gonna start today with well, we started technically on Thursday with Pythagorean theorem, but we are going to build off of Pythagorean theorem with trigonometric ratios today, okay? SOHCAHTOA. If you are taking notes at home, if you did not print them, you're just writing trig ratios, SOHCAHTOA, okay? Trigonometric ratios are special measurements of a right triangle, right? So if you're taking notes at home, I want you to at least have the words right triangle, right? Which means you can only use them for right triangle, right? So we only can use these ideas for right triangles. And basically what it says is if we have a right triangle, there is a special relationship between the sides, right? There are 3 basic ones, which you probably already know, sine, cosine, and tangent, right? And then there are 3 reciprocal or inverse ratios, right? So there are 3 basic ones and 3 inverse ones, right? So those might be new, the reciprocal ones. So when we are talking about sine, right? Pronounced sine, not sin, right? So we're doing sine. And when we, but when we write sine in a abbreviated way, we write S-I-N, sine, right? S-I-N. And then we put like, it looks like a little 0, but with a line through it, that's called theta. This is called theta. So go ahead and write down on your paper, sine theta. Notice when I write it down, I'm not typing it. I put a 0 with a line through it. That's another way of saying theta, right? So sine theta equals, and sine theta is a particular fraction, a particular ratio. And it uses the letter, all of ours use the letters today, O, H, and A. O, H, and A. Does anybody remember what sine goes with? Sine, like one letter over another letter. Aha, good. Okay, this is why we have SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. This is why we memorize this order here. The reason why is because sine is our opposite over our hypotenuse. Our opposite over our hypotenuse. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and write it down here. Opposite over hypotenuse. O over H. O over H. So we have our S. If you're thinking about this, like, where do we get so from? We have the S sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So I have, I need to label my opposite and my hypotenuse. So here is my angle. What is my opposite? What is my opposite here? What letter is my opposite? Yes, Emiliano, it is Z. This is my opposite over here. What is my adjacent? What is my adjacent within this triangle? Yeah, my Y over here. Right? This is my adjacent. And what is my hypotenuse? Yes, X is the one left over, right? Right, across from our 90 degrees. So if I'm thinking about my sine, right? If I'm thinking about the sine of the angle is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So in this case, my sine would be my opposite Z over my hypotenuse X. My sine is Z over X. Sine Z over X. Right, so my sine opposite over hypotenuse, Z over X. There's another ratio that we might know, which is cosine. Does anyone know the abbreviation for cosine? Like sine, the abbreviation was SIN. There's 3 letters for cosine. Yeah, COS. COS, cosine theta. Good job. Good job, team. Is equal to, so sine was opposite and hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent and over hypotenuse. So we have adjacent over hypotenuse. In order to find these, we need to label our triangle. Right, we're going to label our triangle. So we have, here's our angle here. It's always easiest for me to label my opposite. I go straight across and then get my opposite. Right. From there, it's pretty easy for me to say, okay, this angle here, the right angle across from that, my longest side is my hypotenuse. And the one that's left over, that's always touching the angle, that is my adjacent. Right, so opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. Okay, so my adjacent, what letter represents my adjacent side? What letter, K, L, or M? What letter represents my adjacent? Yeah, absolutely, K. Good job, Roxana. And what letter represents my hypotenuse? Good job, Melanie. Good job, Roxana. So M. So I would say that the cosine of this angle right here is K over M. K over M. Those are my initials. Yay. K over M. So here we see that we have cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. A over H. On the last one, go ahead and take a moment. If this is my angle, I want you to label opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So looking at this triangle, here's my angle. Go ahead and label opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. What is my opposite? Yes, my opposite is Y. That is my opposite. Some people would label that with just an O. You don't have to write out all 3. I think it's easier. What is my hypotenuse? Yes, good job. Hypotenuse is x across from the 90-degree angle. What is my adjacent? What is my adjacent? Z, yeah. This is my adjacent over here. These, it matters where the theta is, right? Because if the theta was over here, then I would have to switch these up, right? But since the theta is here, I go straight across to find my opposite. I go from the 90 degrees to find my hypotenuse. And the one left over that's touching the angle is called adjacent. All right, does anybody have any ideas on how we abbreviate tangent? What 3 letters say tangent? Tan, yeah, good job. Tan theta equals. All right, and then using this, since we have TOA, tangent, what letters, what sides am I going to use? What fraction am I going to make? What over what? Careful, the order matters. So the first one goes on top and the second one goes on bottom. Yes, absolutely, Emiliano. Right, we would have opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent, for sure. Yeah, good job, Noemi. Right, opposite over adjacent. So in this situation, what sides would we use? What would be the letters that represent the opposite over the adjacent? We have our opposite, Y, over our adjacent, Z. Z. Yes, I'm seeing lots of goodness in the chat. Good job, Emiliano. Good job, Melanie. Good job, Marcy. Good job, Joy. Good job, Marcana. Thank you for your chat. Right, so we had a Y over Z. Okay, for 1 minute, I want to talk to just my honor students. Honor students, today you are also going to need to use cosecant, secant, and cotangent. These ones are abbreviated like this: cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Right? Notice these two are just the first 3 letters. This one, you can't use COS because that's already cosine, so it's CSC, right? These are opposite of these over here. They're the reciprocals. So for cosecant, this is my honors only, you're doing H over O, right? So since instead of opposite over hypotenuse, hypotenuse over opposite. Secant would be the opposite of this one. Instead of adjacent over hypotenuse, it's hypotenuse over adjacent, right? And then cotangent would be the opposite of this one. It would be adjacent over opposite. Adjacent over opposite. This section here is honors only. Honors only for that section, right? So all you do is you do the exact same steps of labeling them, and then you just flip these over. Put those over. Okay. All right. Good job, team. We're going to go ahead and move to a question that will look similar to what you're doing today. So again, there are lots of words on here. I don't want you to write down all those words. What I do want you to do is quickly draw a triangle here. Draw this triangle. I want you to label it A, B, and C. Put that right angle here. And label 21, 20, and 29. I'm going to erase this so you can see. I just want you to draw this figure here. Draw this figure on your paper. Label it number 1. All right. It says sine C, sine C, right? Since this is a C right here, remember how it was sine theta? That theta is our angle. Remember how we said, oh, C, when it's at the corner, that's an angle, right? That's an angle. So this is the C angle that we're talking about. That is the C angle that we're talking about. What is the side that is the opposite? What side is opposite from here? Yes, Emiliano. We can't do another angle, right? We want to do a side over here, AB. So you could have typed AB to me, or you could have typed 21 to me. This is my opposite. If this is my right angle, what side is my hypotenuse? Hypotenuse, what side is my hypotenuse? Yes, Zephyr. 29 is my hypotenuse, straight across from the right angle. So what side is left over? What side is my adjacent? Adjacent is 20. Yeah, adjacent is 20. Okay, so we know what O is, we know what H is, we know what A is, right? This time we're using, it asks us for sine. Sine is what over what? So thinking back to SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. Sine is what over what? Yes, it is O over H. Good job, Roxana. Good job, Amy. So it's O over H, right? What is the number that represents O from this triangle? 21. What is the H from this triangle? 29. Good job. 21 over 29 would be our answer for the sine of C. Our answer for the sine of C. Go ahead and draw this triangle right here. Draw this triangle right here. We have ABC, a new ABC with 15 and 17. So we have our cosine C. Cosine C is our angle. So I'm going to put my angle mark on C. What number represents the opposite? Where is the opposite? 15, good job. This is my opposite. What number represents the hypotenuse? 17, good job over here. Hypotenuse. What side represents the adjacent? Not 0. It can't be nothing, but there's nothing here, right? There's no number here. We don't know what that number is. How could we talk about this side? What's the name of this side? Use 2 letters to tell me what name it is. Yeah, CB or BC. So CB, this over here is my adjacent. I don't know what it is though, right? I don't know what it is. Miss Yama, let's hold off on letting the pre-calc students in for just a second. We'll pause them for a moment. All right, so cosine, right? Thinking about SOHCAHTOA, right? Cosine is A over H. A over H. So I'm going to put A over H. That is my cosine, right? Cosine is A over H. So if we have A over H, it's really easy to know what H is, right? What H is, we can put, okay, 17 on the bottom. How could we figure out what A is? how could we figure out, if we know 15 and 17, how can we figure out what our adjacent side is? We know it's CB, but we actually have a strategy to help us find out what that side is, right? We know it's this side over here, right? We learned something on Thursday that would help us if we have two sides of a right triangle. Yes, Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Right? So in this situation, I have my opposite. I have 15 squared. I don't know what my adjacent is. Right? So I have B squared. And I know my C squared is 17 squared. Right? I want to get B squared by itself. I'm going to get B squared by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 15 squared on both sides. It's going to leave me with B squared equals 17 squared minus 15 squared. I don't know what that is. I'm going to use my calculator. (17 squared minus 15 squared is 64. The square root of both sides. Going to cancel and leave me with B equals, what's the square root of 64? 8. Yes, good job, Emiliano. It's 8. So that means that this side over here, rather than just being nothing, is actually 8. So we can use our Pythagorean theorem in order to figure out that this is 8 over here. This is 8. So then what is my adjacent? What goes up here? Yeah, 8. Right, so 8 over 17 would be my answer there. 8 over 17. I'm going to pause this on number 3. If you would like to see number 3, the video today has number 3 already completed for you. Right, has number 3. I'm going to go ahead and open up some breakout rooms. Good question, Brandon. How did I get 64? 17 squared is my number minus the 15 squared that I moved over here. Right, my calculator told me it was 64. I could have done 17 squared and 15 squared and said, okay, 289 minus 225. That would be 64. Good question. Okay, I'm going to open up some breakout rooms. If you want to keep working together, right? If you want to keep working together, you can. And there is just an IXL for today. There is just an IXL for today. So that is our goal. We're thinking through this strategy. Sebastian, I'm waiting for my iPad to get back here. Why did I put 17 in the C spot? Is because 17 is my hypotenuse, right? My hypotenuse always, the longest side always goes in this spot. That's why I put it over there. Good question. All right, team. I'm going to open up these breakout rooms. Feel free to head into them if you would like. If you need to sign off for now, you are welcome to. And I will see you soon. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for going over time with me. Thank you, Emiliano. Bye, bud. Bye, Roxana.